So in previous module we have discussed that the motion graph of pendulum mirrors repeating circle. So while drawing graph of wave or graph of the pendulum, you made it by using semicircles only. Let us try to clarify that. This is a pendulum and it simply traces a line while moving. How come? Pendulum goes from A to B, then comes back, then goes to C, and then comes back to A. This is how one oscillation is complete. So basically, either the distance is this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or 0, or this, then again. So means the pendulum, when it moves like this, it simply traces this line. Now let us focus on D. The D is here. Okay. The pendulum comes at this position twice during one oscillation. Once while going from A to B, secondly when it comes from B to A. The position is same, but are during two different movements of one oscillation. Hence, if we have to describe full oscillation via some variables, this position is to be described by two different ways. So instead of saying that it traces this line when it moves like this, we say it is somewhat behaves like a circle. How come? This is the mean position, means this position. Okay, and the position D is acquired two times, when A moves from A to B, and when pendulum moves from A to B, and when pendulum moves from B to A. Okay, so these are the two positions for D. We may call them D1 and D2. This is when distance from A to B increases. While going from A to B, this is D. The distance is increasing. The pendulum going that side, or distance is increasing. So here this can be considered as increasing. Okay. Then, and this is the D1. And while coming back from B to A, so the distance is decreasing. When it comes back, the distance is decreasing, and then D2 falls. Then it reaches A. Then it goes to C. Then it comes back from C to A. So from C to A, it's this. So it's one complete oscillation. So in spite of this linear type of motion, the motion is considered in this way, so that D1 and D2 being the position at two different time intervals can be considered differently, and we have way out to represent them. So this is considered as quadrant 1, and this is quadrant 1, then this is quadrant 2, then this is quadrant 3, and this is quadrant 4. Now the question is, why not an elliptical path? Why only circle? That can be illustrated by looking at the top view of the circle. Okay, before we make a top view, let's make a note here. The distance from the pendulum goes from A to B or B to A. This distance should not hinder, means AD should remain same. This is the position of a pendulum at certain point. So maybe D falls while going from A to B or B to A. AD should not be affected. This is the front view of that circle with this circle. Okay. Here, this point D, in this linear motion, this point D is represented by 2 points D1 and D2. And the distance from A to D it's not affecting. It's the same. This is the maximum distance, and this is 1 unit, and this is half unit. If we are plotting it height wise, the distance, okay, height of this point is D1, and the height of this point is this, and this is this. This is 1 unit, and this is half unit. So this is the height while going from A to B, and this is the height while moving from B to A, and this is also half. Now, by writing this in this way, we actually able to split D into two parts which have the same vertical heights, which should remain same, but we have two different positions for D. The one position is this and the other position is this. One position is known by theta, okay, and the other position is known by this angle. Means we do have two different positions. This is theta 1 and this is theta 2. Only circle helps to keep these two distances same, as a right angle triangle can be constructed here, okay, and a right angle triangle can be constructed there, okay, and by keeping these thetas same, we can claim that these two sides are same. Only in circle we can do that. How come? Because the hypotenuse are gonna be same only in circle. As hypotenuse are same because it is a circle, and angle we can make same, and so of the same height a perpendicular can be constructed here and can be constructed there. There is one more point which is half units away from A. Let's suppose this is E. This is half units away, but this direction is taken as negative and this direction is positive. So this is said to be minus half unit. Okay, so one more triangle can be considered here which has half as the height. What do you need to do? You just need to, because hypotenuse is same, you just have to make this angle here. Okay, this angle here. That means then this height is gonna be 1 by 2, and similarly here. Okay, so you can you can generate 4 points which are half units away from A, and those are 2 points are D1 and D2 and 2 points are E1 and E2. So D1 and D2 two separate unique positions, and E1 and E2 one here and one on the fourth quadrant. And sign conventions will automatically come when as we move from first quadrant to second, second to third, and third to fourth. So for this reason a circle was chosen to represent a wave. By understanding this, you'll start taking this misconception that the wave will look like a semicircle. This is crest and this is trough, and you started making them semicircles only. But there is something little to be focused on. Let's focus here. Let us see this. Look at this arc AB. Okay, and let's consider this as the x-axis and y-axis. It's going a bit messy here. Let's go to the another page. Okay, so this is point A and this is point B. Okay, so particle is moving on this direction in this way. Okay, don't focus here. Let's look at this portion only. AB. You know how do we plot graphs? They are x versus y, x coordinate, y coordinate. How did you get this line? This line is a collection of points. And how do you get a point? Via x coordinate and y coordinate. When you draw speed, distance, time graph, distance time graph, what do you do? At this time, the distance was this. At this time, the distance was this. At this time, the distance was, and this is how you join them and then get a graph. Similarly, here, how did you get it? It's like, what is the horizontal distance and what is the vertical distance? No, what is this? This graph is a result of x versus y. What is x? If I tell you, in case of this particular thing, we considered this as 1 unit. This is 1 unit. So every x coordinate, let's talk about this point. What are the coordinates of this point? Okay, the x value and the y value. No? So what is x value? X value, because we are writing this in terms of theta, we can write it x comma y. But what is the x value here? X value is actually, because this is 1 and this is P and this is B. So x coordinate is actually cos theta, and y coordinate is actually sine theta. So this graph is a result of, what are you plotting? You're actually plotting cos theta versus sine theta. This is point cos theta sine theta, cos theta sine theta. This is cos 0 sine 0. This may be cos 45 sine 45. This is cos 90 sine 90. So this is the collection of all points cos theta and sine theta. But when you are making a wave, so what are you doing? Here you add 0 when the theta is 0, then the height is 0, height of the point is 0. You're using height only, p only, means sine theta. Height means sine theta. Okay. So here you are actually plotting it y coordinate versus theta. When it is 0, then it is 0. When it is pi by 2, then the height is maximum. This is what I explained in the previous video also. And then it comes back to 0 at pi. When the angle is full pi, then the height is 0. No? So here you are plotting theta versus y, and here in this it is x versus y, and that's why it's circular. Here it need not to be circular. It's not x versus y, it's theta versus y. It purely depends upon what scale do you use for this. It need not to be a semicircle. Next, I would like to discuss that any point on a wave can be represented by two different ways. This P and this Q. Maybe it's something, let's not take this as Q, let's take this as Q. So these two points differ from their vertical height properties and their horizontal height properties also. Okay. In fact, every 2 points differs like that. Every point differ like that. So we can either only use the vertical line property to describe the position of every different particle, or we can use the horizontal line property also. Okay, vertical line property, let's focus on this point P. Okay, what's the height of this point P in the wave? It's describing theta equals to pi by 3. Vertical line, as I said before, vertical line means this is sine theta, as this is 1 unit. Okay, so this is pi by 3 and we know this distance is called sine theta. So how much is this gonna be? This is gonna be, because this is pi by 3, so it's sine 60, which is root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 is nearly 0.8, which is nearly 0.8. Okay, so where is this position in the wave? The wave starts from when the vertical height is 0. Wave starts from when the vertical height is 0. Okay, and then it gains, it gains maximum height at pi by, let's this be pi by. Now it's the scale is up to us. We cannot assume everything to be a circle, the graph to be a circle. It gains maximum height at, okay, this is 1 unit, and root 3 by 2 is 0.8, somewhere here. And in fact 0 to pi by 2 we have to use a proper scale to locate 60 here. Okay, so this is gonna be pi by 4. Okay, pi by 4, and somewhere here it would be your pi by 3. Sorry, pi by 3. I'm very messy here. So that means point P is here. But if we represent the same point by using its horizontal line property, okay, horizontal line property. So what is the horizontal line property of this? Cos theta, this is, what is the distance? What is the horizontal distance describing P? That is cos theta. Cos theta means cos pi by 3. So as we are choosing horizontal line property, so the graph will be entirely different. It's a new graph now. Okay. Now we'll say it. Horizontal line property now. Horizontal line property. Okay. Now so when the point at 0 degree, the horizontal line was maximum. At 0 degree, the horizontal line was maximum. Means it was horizontal distance was 1 unit. This is also 1 unit, being a radius. So at 0, the horizontal line was maximum. Okay, and it came to the horizontal line at 90 degree. It came to minimum because here this reduces. No, horizontal line, when it comes here, the horizontal line will reduce. This is vertical line and the horizontal line. If we have this as the right angle triangle, so see, compared to this triangle, in this the horizontal distance is decreasing. So by reaching pi by 2, it becomes 0. Okay, so here we can say reaching pi by 2, it becomes 0. Okay, horizontal line property. And cos pi by 3. Cos pi by 3 is half. Okay, but first let's look at pi by 3 here. This is pi by 2, this is gonna be pi by 4. Okay, and pi by 3 is somewhere in between. I'm not locating it exact. Suppose this is your pi by 3. So the point P, we're talking about the same point. Here also we look at it point P, but as per their vertical height. And here we are locating pi by 3, point P by using its horizontal line property, which is cos pi by 3. And cos pi by 3, this distance is half. Okay, and so this distance is gonna be, means this is gonna be that point. और दिख भी रहा है यहाँ पर, it's your half. Point P is here. Okay, so if we describe a wave by its vertical line property, then the same point P is here. But if we describe it by horizontal line property, then the same point is here. I mean to say, a wave can be described by its horizontal line property or a vertical line property. So if we are describing it by vertical line property, so position of any point, y is the y coordinate of any point, is equals to, how it is given by y sine of theta. It's vertical line property, sine theta. This is sine theta, and this is, and here the horizontal line property. Now you don't think that I'll use x here. Y is the position of, is the it's y, this is y axis, no, this y and this y are different. This is y axis, and on y axis we are representing the horizontal distance of the different points of the wave. So for point P, the horizontal distance was cos pi by 3, and the horizontal distance is represented by cos of this. So as the theta will change, the cos theta will change, and we'll get different positions for the different points on the wave. I suppose I'm clear.